we're gonna go up, we're gonna take a look at where this top is bad and why I'm doing this the way I'm doing it. So let's have a look. And we're gonna fold that last top out off the front and then the top off the rear. And we're gonna chunk a bunch of wood. When we're done chunking wood, we'll move the truck, load the locust, chip everything off. Oh, it'd be pretty cool. So, boom up. There's the crotch. Now, let's take a look at that before we go any further. That is the crotch that we worry about. You see it's peeling out. Don't want to put too much on that towards the house. I don't mind swinging stuff like this is going to pull it together on the primary swing. And if it does fall apart, it's falling apart away from me and other trees and the house and into other trees. So I'm okay with that. You know, you gotta, it's one of those things where you gotta kind of gauge your hazard. Not by what's necessarily 100% safe, but what is the safest. So this is one of these cases. Could I lighten it up a lot more? Yeah. Am I gonna do that? No. I don't really deem it necessary. What I am going to do is I'm just going to take this down and I'm going to put a half hitch right here. Okay, now remember your half hitch is going to be pulling like that because it's going upside down. And then I'm going to put this up through here. Oh, what's this? Piece of locust. Piece of locust out of here. And I'm going to tie my bolt in here because it's top. I'm going to make it a little bit more secure. Unusual, longer tails. Still, I know, no overhand safety. Okay. Now, I'm looking at this and saying that we're going to be okay. We'll go down, tie this beastie off. Come up, cut it, and like I said, you can see that if this is gonna pull that way first, and if it's gonna peel, it's gonna peel out this way. So we should be all right. It might get hung up in another tree, you know. And I think if I have one, why don't I, just for S&Gs, what I can do is put a binder on it. And that's what, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, these are the tie downs. This, I believe, is I believe it to be 400. It might be 300. Either which way, where we put it, it's going to make a tremendous difference. Okay, let's go take a quick look at the crotch that I'm talking about. And we'll discuss how we're going to make a little mechanical advantage win out of this one for us by moving up. All right, you can see how these crotches are formed, where there's, like, this is beautiful right here, and it's nice big wide webbing. That's all good and fine, but when you start seeing these flanges with cracks in them, this is like a really bad formed crack. Plus you can see where there's water getting in there, and in the winter there's freeze and thaw, and it's just, that's where you always see trees split with that big flat side. Now I don't want to rely on this thing to hold together when I put the pressure on it. So what I'm going to do is this is, and mind you, I'm only going to use, well, it's going to be magnified because we're going up a little bit. I have a 400-pound ratchet strap here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple bind on these to bind them together. And it'll keep it from pulling apart. We're going to do it up a little bit so that it is a little higher, and it'll get a little bit of leverage to help us out. And on top of that, we're going to use two thumbs, and And what the thumbs are going to do is hold it upward. And that's kind of important. If it holds it upward, it can't split and roll down. I've seen rigging actually, as this gets wider, slide down the trunk, and that's really a bad scene. Now, another thing we're going to do is we're going to reduce tension on the clip. We are going to loop that around once, and then loop this around once. This is very helpful to in reducing pressure on this, because these are over these, so this is gonna take the shock. Yeah, you know, it changes the dynamics of everything. The problem is you can't get that side super tight because it's overlapped. But that's going to be pretty good. Okay, I like that. We can take this, wrap it around here a couple of times. You know, there's all sorts of little tricks you can do. If I could get through there, I'd do that. But it all helps hold it together. Anyway, that's going to hold these from spreading apart. Because of the leverage, it's going to put a tremendous amount on it. We have 400 pounds there of tensile, maybe 3, but even at 100 extra pounds in there, 100 pounds holding that together is an incredible amount with the leverage. So we're just going to let this baby go, sweep over, and then go down and lower. And there she goes. Beautiful. chunking time. Nothing's the worse for wear up here. Everything's hunky-dory, easy peasy. All my ropes are away. It's just the time for chunking. Shows you how much water this thing is holding. I don't know if you saw that first squirt come out. I hope the camera got that.